We're Sarah and Jess pulling chairs to the table, sharing these stories wild and unstable. Trash talk to tacos, it's how we play. New episodes dropping every Tuesday. We laugh, we cry, we spill what's real.
All right, everybody. Before we jump in, fair warning today we're talking about real scientific experiments involving brains, death, revival, and things being brought back that absolutely should not be. If that freaks you out, then take a breath because someone's going to have to hold your hand.
It's not gory or gross, but it'll make you rethink what alive even means. And honestly, scientists are out here crossing lines we didn't even know existed. I swear they're doing stuff in labs that God Himself would be like, hey, maybe chill.
Yeah. Science has gotten bold. Like maybe somebody should check in on these researchers bold. We went from growing potatoes in space to growing human brains in dishes. And then, because that apparently wasn't enough, they started bringing dead tissue back to life, like zombie pigs. That's not a joke. That was an actual headline.
That's crazy to me. And if you told me 10 years ago that scientists would be reviving dead pig brains, I'd have to ask you what edible you accidentally took or how many you took. But nope, it's real life. This is happening now. And the line between life and death, yeah, it's getting blurrier than my eyeliner after a long night out.
So let's start with the part that still blows my mind. We're growing miniature human brains in labs. They're called organoids, which sounds cute, like something you'd buy at IKEA, but these things are legit early stage brain structures grown from stem cells.
That is just crazy. And here's what freaked me out. Some of these brains fire off electrical signals, like little sparks. They make connections. They show brainwave patterns similar to premature babies. They're not thinking, but they're also not just sitting there doing nothing.
So basically, the lights are on and someone might be home.
That's what terrifies scientists. Because if one of these blobs ever shows awareness, we are officially in the moral danger zone.
Imagine being the intern in the lab. Hey guys, I think the brain blob just learned a new word. Absolutely not. I would quit and change my name
Yes, immediately.
for sure.
But the upside, these organoids are helping scientists study Alzheimer's, autism, Parkinson's, all without touching real human brains. So there is massive potential as long as the ethical line stays bright and bold.
Yeah. So basically, science is tightroping between saving humanity and accidentally creating a horror movie.
That's so true.
So nuts. So let's talk about the zombie pigs. So back in 2019, Yale researchers took brains from pigs that had been dead for hours, like long gone, paperwork already filled out, and restarted cellular activity,
Not consciousness, no little piggy singing Beyonce, but enough activity to be like, something's happening in there.
which basically means we don't usually know the moment death really happens. Doctors used to call the time of death like, hey, oh, it's this minute. Wait, no, an hour. We don't know.
Yeah, that is just crazy. So here are some real stories that kind of fit this. So the frozen woman who came back to life. Okay, so this one's insane. A woman in Norway fell through the ice and got trapped under freezing water for 80 minutes. Her heart stopped. She was literally frozen solid. Doctors said, we'll try anyway, and started warming her body. Hours later, she came back. Full recovery, no brain damage, and she became a doctor. So,
I wonder if she was smart before she got frozen or if that
right?
came after.
Right?
So you're telling me this woman was cyro frozen,
Cryo.
cryo. I don't want to say cryo.
I
I
know
don't
it is
like
a weird
cryo.
word.
So anyway, she was cryo frozen, which sounds like I'm making up my own shit. Like chicken
I learned
nuggets
that from
and
the
woke up
Brian.
smarter than me.
I learned that from the documentary, the guy
The
that
blink.
no, the documentary on Netflix,
Oh,
Don't Die.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So, yes, that is literally what I'm telling you.
that's crazy. So there's another one from Detroit. So a man got electrocuted. He had no pulse for 45 minutes and doctors kept shocking him. Nothing. Then one doctor said, "Let me try one more thing." And boom, dude sits up like, "Hey guys, what's up?"
If that happened to me, I'd immediately become spiritual. I'd be able to read people's mind, talk to the dead, no more messing around,
Oh my gosh, girl. If that happened to you, you'd start a YouTube channel, How I Came Back from the Dead Part 1.
right? And I would
You
be
really
then
would.
I would be famous.
Oh my god.
So, another one, the
Mhm.
boy underwater 30 minutes who survived. So, there was also this other boy who fell into the icy lake and was underwater 30 minutes. Doctors did CPR for over an hour. Nothing. They used an ECMO machine, and literally that's what replaces your heart and lungs. And he recovered with absolutely no brain damage.
Yeah, kids are built different. If that were me at my age, they'd be like, "Nope, girl, let her sleep."
Yeah. So, the other thing that really scares me, people have woken up in funeral homes, and we actually have seen a few of these stories lately.
Mhm.
A woman in Detroit opened her eyes and she was on the embalming table.
Yeah, no, shut it down and burn the whole building.
Could not imagine. Could you imagine being the funeral home worker to be in there and then all of a sudden they wake up? You would need therapy for life,
I would be so scared, but then again, it's like then you know there's an afterlife. Is it worth
right?
it?
What happens though if you did wake up on the embalming and they thought it was your reflexes or they automatically knocked you out and then you were, I don't know, it's
That's
just
very stressful. That's too much to think
scary,
about. So now NASA is getting involved because, of course, they are. Why wouldn't they? They're
right?
testing a method where they cool your body down and replace your blood with cold saline. So surgeons have hours to fix you.
That's crazy. So some of these intense surgeries, it's like they're
Yeah.
gonna put your
They're like,
body
"Don't
on
mind me. I'm
airplane
going to
mode.
go to lunch because you're
Yeah,
fine."
airplane mode.
Yeah, exactly. Humans becoming iPhones. That makes sense.
So let's talk cryonics. There are literally hundreds of people right now frozen in tanks waiting for future scientists to revive them. Some just froze their heads, like the Disney guy,
Oh,
and they're like, I'll get a new body later.
ma'am, if I'm coming back, I want my body that day. Don't you dare unfreeze me and hand me to a saggy robot suit.
Right? That would not
What
be
makes a
fun.
robot suit saggy?
I don't know. Maybe the movies that you see and just what to expect.
I don't know.
I never thought we'd see the day with robots, but here we are.
That is true.
Are you human? Are you robot? One day we won't be able to differentiate.
That is probably very true. That's
Yep.
kind of scary. So here's the real question. When does curiosity become crossing the line? Growing brains, restarting dead organs, bringing people back after an hour with no pulse? And at what point do we say, stop? This is not okay. Maybe the universe didn't intend for this.
See, and I'm a big believer of that. That's why I never go to the doctor. I'm like, well, if I'm sick, then
Ugh,
that's my time.
it's
No.
meant to be. It's meant to
But
be.
the potential is huge for this. You can start curing disease, extending life,
Hmm.
saving trauma victims, and understanding the brain more than we do. It's incredible and scary at the same time.
It is crazy because if you think about it, they used to have to test on human brains and someone had to endure that. Now they can just use this organoid
Well, wouldn't they take like psychiatric patients
patients.
and
Yeah.
use them, or maybe somebody who
And
was
that's,
given to ward into the state? That
yeah,
I don't
that's
know.
so sad
It is
and
sad,
disgusting. So I would take an organoid over that option any day.
right?
But when the organoid actually starts talking and having its own fears, call it cut.
Right when the
It's,
robots start taking over us, you
oh,
know.
it's so terrifying. So we'll leave you with this taco thought because we're not going to do tacos much longer. You got to think about it. Just because we can doesn't mean we should.
Yes, that is so true. And make sure you're following Talking Trash and Tacos for bonus clips, polls, updates, and whatever weird science or crime story makes us scream next.
Yeah, so stay curious, stay aware, and always stay saucy, y'all. I gotta love AI scripts.
Yes, love it.
Yeah. We're Sarah and Jess pulling chairs to the table, sharing these stories wild and unstable. Trash talk to tacos, it's how we play. New episodes dropping every Tuesday. We laugh, we cry, we spill what's real. Heartfelt, bizarre, the chaos we feel. From late night debates to pondering why. We're your best friends on a podcast. Hi. Casual chatter like friends in a room, bright as the sun and loud as the moon. No subject sacred, no thought too small. We're chewing on life, answering its call. We laugh, we cry, we spill what's real. Heartfelt, bizarre, the chaos we feel. From late night debates to pondering why. We're your best friends on a podcast. Hi. From top shelf wisdom to jokes down below, we've got a rhythm that'll steal the show. Hold your coffee, spill your tea, talking trash as tacos in glee. We laugh, we cry, we spill what's real. What's real, what's real? Our